Hi, my name is Scott Grizzle, and I'm the pastor of LifeBridge Tyler Church right here in Tyler, Texas. And you're about to hear the story about a family who has survived the brokenness of divorce, the devastation from an evil disease known as cancer, loss of job, loss of insurance, basically a loss of everything except for their faith and their love for one another. But it's also a story about how a community of people can come together to restore hope and quality of life to a struggling family. With me today is Marie Duvall, a member of our church, and she's a single mom of 3 beautiful children. And I'm just going to let her just take a minute and tell us about the kids, who they are and how old they are and kind of where you are in life.
Okay. Like you said, I have 3 at home. Cheyenne is 17, and Noah is 15, and Savannah is 12. And I couldn't ask for better kids.
They're awesome.
Yeah.
Well, about 2 years ago, you went through a divorce, right?
Yes.
And I know that was a very unhealthy and unsafe situation, and
Right.
You had to get out of that situation, and you and the kids. And so, tell us kind of where you went when that happened, and just kind of where you moved to, and what the conditions were that you were living in at that time.
Okay, well, we were looking for a place for a while, and my mom had a house that was abandoned that was pretty run down, that she had previously let someone else live there, and she offered it to me and the kids to stay there. So we went and looked at it, and we were kind of like, whoa, this is going to take a lot. But the kids were like on board with it. They were like, let's do it. This is it. Let's do it. We can do it. So we moved in, and as far as the house, there was a lot of stuff wrong with it besides just being dirty. It had been vandalized. There was BB hose in the windows. There was water damage from leaks that hadn't been taken care of. The septic system had some problems. I can't even list all the things that were wrong with it.
Yeah, you guys did some initial work. You had to rip out all the cabinets, and
We
the appliances were broken.
Yes, we ripped up flooring. The stove that it did have was a built-in one, and it didn't work. The cabinets were rotting, so we kind of we just pulled everything out and cleaned it.
So you basically just ripped the entire kitchen out, flooring from floor to ceiling, ripped everything out, and began the restoration process.
Right, that's correct. Yeah.
And you were working at the time.
Yes.
And right along this time, you started having some health problems. Talk about that a little bit.
The biggest issue I had was pain and fatigue. I had the fatigue I couldn't even describe to you. It was like a bone-tired and pain. And I had pain in my right side, and I noticed a little BB spot about the size of a BB there. And I went to multiple doctors, had multiple tests from everything from gallbladder, x-rays, CAT scans. I had several doctors pretty much tell me I was crazy, that there was nothing there, they didn't see anything. I finally went to a doctor who said, yeah, I see that. And by then it was like poking out of the side there, and they were like, yeah, there is something there. And he sent me to another doctor, and he was like, well, has nobody ever biopsied it? And I was like, no, they couldn't even tell me what it was. For the past 2 years, nobody could tell me what it was. And so they biopsied it, and it came back as a malignant fibrohistio something sarcoma, MFH for short. So
it's a very rare form of cancer.
It is a rare form of cancer. Not very many people know about it. Of course, once you're diagnosed with it, it seems like you hear about it, but I think it's because you're more aware of it. But from the time I got the diagnosis from the biopsy, the results of the biopsy, the very next week I was in surgery because they said I couldn't wait. It was, they said they thought surgery would take 2 hours. It turned out to be a 6-hour surgery. They removed all of the muscle and the tumor and portion of the rib in the right side. So I don't have, they put mesh in, they grafted mesh in to protect the internal organs and try to keep everything in place. And
So they removed the tumor and all of the muscle in the
in
upper
the
right
upper quadrant.
quadrant of your stomach, and a rib too. Had to remove the rib. So you were trying to recover. It took a long. I guess it was 6 months before you were able to
Right.
work again, right? What happened
But-
during that 6-month window when you couldn't work?
I lost my job, lost my insurance, pretty much lost everything. I lost my insurance also because I lost my job.
So what did that mean?
That meant any treatments had to stop. There would be I couldn't afford to pay out of pocket for anything. I had already pretty much depleted my bank account with the surgery and medicines and everything that went along with that. So really it was just, praise God.
So you were in survival mode. Some friends and family were helping you, and
Yep.
as much as possible here and there. And so I guess obviously all the repairs on the home stopped.
Everything came to a screeching halt.
Okay.
From probably the week I got the diagnosis, that was it.
And you had put a significant amount of money down on a
Septic system,
septic
a new
system.
septic system. I had paid for half of it. I put, a deposit of half. Had to get that back to put the deposit for surgery and to meet my deductible and all that. So,
Then eventually you were able to go back to work,
yes,
but you're still very limited in what you can do,
yes,
correct?
that's correct.
Okay. Describe your cancer situation right now. Are you cancer free, or are you still battling the cancer?
I am still battling it. I will be glad to hear those words. You're cancer free.
Okay, right.
Or NED, which is no evidence of disease. Those are the words I'm waiting for.
Okay.
I do still have a small tumor on a kidney, and I have one in my spine. I have to have scans like every 3 months. The last scans showed shrinkage of the one on the kidney, and the one in the spine has not changed. So those are all good things. And the fact that I can work and provide, and those are all great things.
Describe your home situation right now.
Survival.
Yeah.
We don't have a kitchen.
At all.
At all. There's no kitchen. It's a shell. It has walls, and that's about it. So we use a microwave, we use a toaster oven, we use a little skillet. We kind of have just rigged it to work for us. We don't have running water in the kitchen, so there's going back and forth to the bathroom.
Right.
And I know that sounds like third world living situations, but it's better than the alternative, I suppose.
Yeah. Well, I just want to say that, there's a lot of people standing with you right now, and we just believe that God's going to turn this situation around, and there's hope. There's hope that God's
There
going to
is
provide, and He's going to increase your quality of life, and you've demonstrated that by your own faith and standing strong, you and the kids together. And I just want to say that, this is an incredible story of not just hardship and heartache and disease and financial devastation, but it's also a story of hope. And our vision right now is to be a part of their walk, of their faith walk, and restore hope and quality of life to this struggling family. And I believe that they have walked virtually alone for far too long, and it's time for many of us to get involved. And I think that we can be a part of this vision to restore their kitchen, and that is our vision, is to restore hope and quality of life to their family by completely renovating their kitchen. We want to provide new appliances, we want to provide new flooring, new countertops in the sink, and just new cabinetry all throughout the kitchen in their home, and even the septic system, and to get that repaired, and many other home repairs that they need in order to have the quality of life that they deserve and that God so wants them to have. And so I believe that God's put it on our hearts, many of you out there that want to give and want to be a part of restoring hope and quality of life to this family. And so here's how you can do your part. Number one, you can pray. Pray and ask God, what is my part in this? And how can I be of some assistance? And how can I make a difference for this family? And then number two, you can give. You know, 1 John 3:18 says, let us not love with words alone, but let us show it with our actions. And I believe it's time for us to demonstrate extreme love. Some of you are called to demonstrate extreme love. And extreme love is taking action beyond our words. And that's what 1 John 3:18 says. And I believe that many of you are called to do just that. Take action beyond words. The best way for you to take action now is to click on the GoFundMe link and to contribute financially right there at the GoFundMe, Restoring Hope for Marie. You can give there in a safe and secure manner, and I promise you every dollar that's donated will go to restoring hope and quality of life to this family. Another way you can give is to donate materials or maybe appliances or building materials for the cabinets or the flooring and so on and so forth. If you'd like to do that, then we would certainly love to take those donations as well. But the bottom line is, let's join together. Let's be a part of this vision to restore hope to Marie and quality of life to her family. I know we can do it if we band together and make it happen. So God bless you. Let's do this.